fade. You can't do the sun, you can't do the shine. When you throw the shade, you can catch my fade. Saying raw on the mic like I just pulled a grenade. My thoughts is on spade and my tongue is a blade. I should probably be in jail for all the rappers I slay. I spit so nasty, make my tooth is decay. I make you put your hands up like they do in a raid. My recital's vital, spitting verses for the street Bible. Yo, shit is on idle. Sucking MCs is my rival, and I'm liable to retire you. I admire you cause you trying to, but you lying, dude. You ain't with them guns and you ain't sliding through. Nobody's trying to whack you, and nobody's hiding from you. So here's some advice, you're not nice, your rhymes up. Give your boy back the track and turn lines up. Then come catch this fade with the razor blade line up. Who's up next? Next up to bat, me, I'm up.
You can't kill the shine, you can't do the shine. When you throw the shade, you can catch my fade.
Catch my fade.
You can't kill the shine, you can't do the shine. When you throw the shade, you can catch my fade.
Catch my fade.
You can't kill the shine, you can't do the shine. When you throw the shade, you can catch my fade.
Catch my fade.
You can't kill the shine, you can't do the shine. When you throw the shade, you can catch my fade.
Catch my fade. Catch my fade.
Gotta clear my throat for this one. It's a young goat and I won't stop. Chewing sucker rappers like blow pops. Watching fans transform like GoBots. Been in blocks watching haters hit roadblocks. I used to eat kids on the blacktop. Now I hunt them down like black ops. Do it in real life, used to act hot. But I'm a rap thing since the sandbox. Rap superhero like Hancock. I'm good luck getting green, call me Shamrock. Now the game's all mine, got it padlocked. Suckers making wax songs, better have not. On fire like I'm playing with a matchbox. OG say I'm funky like track socks. Local boys see me ballin' in the sandlot. I'm Maxwell and I'm good to the last drop. Another song and I'm about to hit the jackpot. Black mama, bruh, I'ma take the last shot. Young boy and I will make the track pop. Rude boy in Jamaica, call me Camera. I said, wait, hold up, I do this thing for fun. I'm on the mountain pitching and I'm hitting home runs. I'm the MVP, 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 MVP. I said, wait, hold up, I do this thing for fun. I'm on the mountain pitching and I'm hitting home runs. I'm the MVP, 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 MVP. I said, wait, bust up in the spot with a top notch. My bars get the chickens jumping like hopscotch. Off top, hot, right up off the starting blocks. Watch them start to jock soon as they start to rock. Freight train bars, start them and it's hard to stop. Just step on the stage and they hard to stop. Rhyme great from the West Sunshine State. My rhymes make the best of these minds quake. Trying to catch a big fish using live bait. My game make a lame sucker irate. Getting fat, eating rappers, carbohydrates. So much hate in your eyes start to dilate. One more damn thinking about the money I'ma make. Waving my hands thinking about the fans I'ma take. Heard your other little rappers but you kinda late. See me styles and they washed up by the lake. I said wait, hold up, I do this thing for fun. I'm on the mountain pitching and I'm hitting home runs. I'm the MVP, 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 MVP. I said wait, hold up, I do this thing for fun. I'm on the mountain pitching and I'm hitting home runs. I'm the MVP, 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 MVP. I said wait.
So I would like to say that we're one tonight. Let us be one in the future. Power to all of the people.
Yeah, KRS-One, Brother J. History, y'all. Turn it up. Haha. You know what time this is. We gotta.
Uptown, downtown, midtown, get 'em all. Freedom, I manifest culture, come pick it up. Worldwide DJs, conscious ambassador.
Yeah, KRS, Brother J, what you say?
A new day, a new way for the DJ to spin it up. Wrapped in the struggle chain, let's break loose and live it up. Worldwide DJs, Brother J, mash it up.
Brother J, speak the truth.
I'm coming forth by the the daylight, my timing's impeccable. 5 senses clean, I'm guarding truth like the sentinel. Battlefield born, now a 4-star general. Teaching hip-hoppers about these vitamins and minerals. Messenger, I'm sent in the image of the Most High. Wisdom will unify, freedom, we do or die. The solution I envision through my third eye. Body, mind, spiritual, manifest. Multiply. The open-eyed rebel, several levels peripheral. Overseeing the battle of knowledge versus material. Inferior minds and trick knowledge like cereal. Genocide of pleasures, slackers and life principles. Prisons of the flesh live in triple stage darkness. Ignorance tradition will turn soldiers to carcass. Time for the heartless to ride out the bench. I'm a player coach, poise, and underground trench. Uptown, downtown, midtown, get 'em all. Freedom, I manifest culture, come pick it up. Worldwide DJs, conscious ambassador.
KRS, Brother J, what you say?
A new day, a new way for the DJ to spin it up. Wrapped in the struggle chain, let's break loose and live it up. Worldwide DJs, KRS, mash it up.
I'm not a pacifist, I'll kick your ass in this. If you ain't ready for the truth, stop asking Chris. There's no revolution without revelation. And I realize these cats don't want to fix their situation. Then I realize a little late with it, but that revolution only works for those that participate in it. We having conferences and summits and cats be faking it. Meditating, praying, and assalamu alaikum in it. But the racist foundation ain't shaking it. Cause the faith initiative money, they taking it. So now the feds got your mouth all sewn up. That Pentagon hit, you say our house blown up. Arnold Schwarzenegger, a foreigner, kills the founder of the Crips. The president with black leadership. We need to raise up our readership so our children can grow up and freely lead without reading a script.
Uptown, downtown, midtown, get 'em all. Freedom, I manifest culture, come pick it up. Worldwide DJs, conscious ambassador.
KRS, Brother J, what you say?
A new day, a new way for the DJ to spin it up. Wrapped in the struggle chain, let's break loose and live it up. Worldwide DJs, Brother J, mash it up.
Brother J, speak the truth.
Though I am that I am in this illusional land of liberty and justice and my beast of man. Though my blood flows deeper than the oil of Iran, so many folks still in denial of my permanent tan. Was I stained by Sam when homie said he's my man? When he needed more science to assemble his land? From Big Ben to Pentagon to the White House lawn. My work tab is deep, let reparations be born. 40 acres and a mule, I want a gun and a horse. Watch me ride like Rosewood while I assemble a force. So many people are lost, going back to the source. Willie Lynch is just a worker, where Yaku is the boss. Navigate a better course than the one that we choose. Hip-hop is dumbing out from MCs to pop news. X-Can is the original, we earn through dues. Always freedom or death until we vanquish these fools. Uptown, downtown, midtown, get 'em all. Freedom, I manifest culture, come pick it up. Worldwide DJs, conscious ambassador.
KRS, Brother J, what you say?
A new day, a new way for the DJ to spin it up. Wrapped in the struggle chain, let's break loose and live it up. Worldwide DJs, mash it up.
Yeah. Look. Higher sciences, the lyrical archdiocese. I teach and preach what self-reliance is. I don't care about them critics and they biases. I am hip-hop, I don't depend on appliances. Meaning that when I'm speaking my rap, I don't need any technology to produce it. In fact, I can't wait for you and me to build, so I can really explain hip-hop as the last of the human skills. Hip-hop, I'm being it, cause I'm freeing it. But them civil rights leaders ain't seeing it. They don't agree with it, they wanna be equal with the white. But I don't believe the hype, I wanna be equal with the light. And if I need to, I'll fight in this bitch. Cause good police work depends on the likes of a snitch. Now let's switch, now let's switch, now let's switch. 3 times I changed things like the Matrix done glitch. Go on, chase them chicks and get paid. But chicks are really chickens and you the turkey that's still afraid. Yo, you Minute Maid, you gone tomorrow. Victory over the streets, that's our motto. Whoa, yeah, get your hands up. My man Brother J in the place. Throw your hands up. KRS-One all in your face. Boogie down production. Throw your hands up. Rise up. Mixtape flavor. Word up. Shout the whole crew. Yo, what's up with y'all?
I put a lot of time in this, I'm finally riding my way. Wake up and get in my grind mode. Wake up and fly in the space zone. Grinding so hard that I don't ever sleep. Got my eyes closed as I'm riding this heat. This is me, living my dream. Doing it all with my team. Don't nobody care if my virtues exist. If I ever go all out, I don't need your assist. Got a vision of my mom and my life is a trip. I've been grinding too long in my life. I've been grinding, hustling. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Perfect timing. Oh my God. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been grinding, hustling. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Perfect timing. Oh my God. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm on my grind all of the time. Rep 209, you know that I shine. I'm on my grind all of the time. Rep 209, you know that I shine. I got work, I got you got nothing, you won't snooze. I got work, I got hustle hard, I don't lose. Spit these bars, I'ma go hard. Young star, I'ma go far. Yeah, call me crazy if you really want to. I'ma do just what the I want to. I just landed on the top of greatness. I be working, I don't do the hating. All it really took it was some patience. Flirted with success and now I'm taking. Keep it 100, yeah, face it. If you hating, you don't need to fake it. Whole life is remastered. I'm moving way, way faster. Mix it right and do all of my shit. 100 mils, what I'm after. They told me that I wouldn't make it, but when I got out, I was faking, and everything's different. It's like I went missing. It came back a little more distant. Focus on one dream, and that is the mission. I don't get credit where credit is due. Taxing my credit as if it was new. Worth the whole billy, I thought you all knew. Doing it all with my team, we enlisted. City is crazy, and that's how I'm living. Ay, that's how I'm living. Ay, that's how I'm living. In the studio all week, till my stomach feels weak, till my future seems bleak. I don't think you understand. Got a vibe with me, man. Let's get it. I've been grinding, hustling. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Perfect timing. Oh my God. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been grinding, hustling. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Perfect timing. Oh my God. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm on my grind all of the time. Rep 209. You know that I shine. I got work. I got you got nothing. You won't snooze. I got work. I got hustle hard. I don't lose. Spit these bars. I'ma go hard. Young star. I'ma go far.
Word about folks going, they die, but don't go to heaven where the angels fly. Little bad folks going, they die, won't go to heaven where the angels fly. Go to the lake of fire and ice. See 'em again to the 4th of July. Little bad folks going, they die, won't go to heaven where the angels fly. Go to the lake of fire and ice. See 'em again to the 4th of July.
Where the bad folks go before they die. Lock him away in a penitentiary, give him 25 to life. Separate him from his friends, family, kids, and his wife. If he makes a mistake 3 times, make sure you give him 3 strikes. Take away his human rights, lock him in a small room with another man, feed him undercooked, expired food. Give him cold showers, talk to him disrespectful and rude. If he has a cavity, no caps, just pull the truth. Cause they ain't nothing but murderers, rapists, and thugs. Use them as guinea pigs, give them experimental psych drugs. Listen to all his phone calls, throw away some of his mail, separate him from insanity. Welcome to my personal hell.
Little bad folks going, they die, won't go to heaven where the angels fly. Go to the lake of fire and ice. See 'em again to the 4th of July. Little bad folks going, they die, won't go to heaven where the angels fly. Go to the lake of fire and ice. See 'em again to the 4th of July.
Fresh in the system as a youth, you didn't know no better. Fostering group homes while growing up, just taught him weather. He should learn to be a man and get prepared for life. Or be that star Lone Ranger, he grew up tight. For going to school or a diploma, he gon' do his thing. He represents and got a team, so he decides to slang. Blocks rolling, money's fast, females taking turns. Connects happy to 9 seat, love yo back to 3rd. Cruise control, moving mean, doing what he do. Pockets fat 2 9s too. Captain that's like, the boys is on it. Should I stop? He didn't turn his head. Took out a bag in his ID, left the blunt he said.
Little bad folks going, they die, won't go to heaven where the angels fly. Go to the lake of fire and ice. See 'em again to the 4th of July. Little bad folks going, they die, won't go to heaven where the angels fly. Go to the lake of fire and ice. See 'em again to the 4th of July. Word about folks going, they die, but don't go to heaven where
I'm in a kush state of mind. Guapale, I'm making mine. Orange or purple, can't decide with either one. I'll scrape the sky. I'm in a kush state of mind. I'm in a kush state of mind. Guapale, I'm making mine. Orange or purple, can't decide with either one. I'll scrape the sky. I'm in a kush state of mind.
Break it up, fill it up, twist it up, blaze it. Mary Jane, your love is nothing short of amazing, spectacular. The way you lift my tensions, breathtaking. The way I feel in your presence, soaring through the clouds, wild and carefree. Beautiful bliss like a cool summer breeze. All G's, no matter they color, love ya. Reminiscing at the barbecue, you know they gotta hug ya. Mary Jane, you the bomb, no matter your age. Thanks for a million shows you inspired on stage. Thanks for the artists, you inspired a new song. Thanks for the second thoughts when a lot of us did wrongs. Thanks for the patience to deal with our children when they run around screaming tempers to the ceiling. Now we chillin' in my kush state of mind. Super cuz Mary Jane's #1 guy.
I'm in a kush state of mind. Guapale, I'm making mine. Orange or purple, can't decide with either one. I'll scrape the sky. I'm in a kush state of mind. I'm in a kush state of mind. Guapale, I'm making mine. Orange or purple, can't decide with either one. I'll scrape the sky. I'm in a kush state of mind. My eyes look Asian. What I'm blazing's amazing. Skying up what 2 months ago I was raising. Whose tree's better than this? I got to know. No. Leroy with his head out the water. I got the glow. Them up. It on him, I drop a load. Trying to match with that boo-boo, sorry, I got to go. Pessimist, the best medicine is medicine, acknowledge this. 2 cents to the granddaddy, quarter pound of the God's gift. Going to work daily, baby, make the curb pay me. Or keep me sane, cause the game will try you stir crazy. Still gets it in, like an assignment in the nick of time. Straighten your spine from the last, it's a different kind. Feels like I'm frozen time, animated token slide. Fresh from the hemp con, stuck like a porcupine. I'm supposed to shine, my they coincide. Like the street lights came on, that's how I go inside. I'm in a kush state of mind. Guapale, I'm making mine. Orange or purple, can't decide with either one. I'll scrape the sky. I'm in a kush state of mind. I'm in a kush state of mind. Guapale, I'm making mine. Orange or purple, can't decide with either one. I'll scrape the sky. I'm in a kush state of mind.
Yeah, it's Young Dre Reasons. Bleh. I'm bleeding out, my tourniquet. I'm bleeding out. Yeah. Hey. Bleh. Yeah. I walk alone with my survival pack, body loaded with tribal tats, divine curse, diverse rhyme, mind serve. Don't get it twisted. If you trippin', I'm making sure you die first. Jermaine curse, watch me ball with the lefty. They thought I'd fall when she left me. They criticized who I was. It's hard to focus on the prize when you live in the mud. Extra I-5 ride for the thugs, disguise drugs after dark. Much pride, smell the honor in my blood like a shark. Swag like Tony Stark, I'm in my zone. Ain't no sunshine when she home. I broke my hand bone, record a song, a broken home, a self-made throne. Through the fact this health plays its own life patterns. I play my dad like it actually matters. I'm a genuine factor, a mind hacker with my rhymes capture the soul of a bastard. You decompose in the Villa Vaca. Heroes disposed, so obey your master. I'm bleeding out, I need my tourniquet. I'll do it now. I had to learn a bit. In this life there is war. The world could be rightfully yours. Despite the cause, I still bleed out. When the darkness falls, and see what we bout.
I'm bleeding out. I feel like the world is watching while I bleed out. Depression from discretion, confession knows where I bleed out. I might just run up in your office with the heat out. Bullet holes through your clothes, now I'ma watch you bleed out. My head grows heavy as my sack goes dim, and my spirit is the children of the shacks condemned. From next wrist to ankles at the shackle them and tackle men who's wigging off a crack coat binge. I mean, I'm seeing visions from a past life. I'll be in collisions with decisions as I grasp mics. You're at an awkward distance from a pot to pissin', which involves the dissing of all competition. Would you ride if the mission was suicide? Would you trade your shoes for mine? What if you sniffed another line? I'm Michael Jackson in his prime. After 2 joints of sublime, of course the poison in the mind. Remorse for choices in his crime. Inside this cage, which is his brain, it's from the mosh pit. Aboard this plane with switchblades and for the cockpit. His bloodline's insane, so his veins are morbid Stockton. Yours truly the locked in, the city of Stockton.
I'm bleeding out, I need my tourniquet. I'll do it now, I had to learn a bit. In this life there is war. The world could be rightfully yours. Despite the cause, I still bleed out. When the darkness falls, and see what we bout.
I'm bleeding out. I feel like the world is watching while I bleed out. Depression from discretion, confession knows where I bleed out. I might might just run up in your office with the heat out. Bullet holes through your clothes, now I'ma watch you bleed out.
Girl, I must warn you, rocking with me, I'ma strictly park and filled with arms you. Have you rolling Dutchess, holding weight, you gon' be armed too. But the person life, you gon' be rich and riding foreign too. Shop expensive places, it's nothing that's beyond you. You gotta go to college while I'm on tour with the 1-2. So when I quit this life, we can have what we want to. You not book smart, then cool, and I don't want you. But if it's real, I'll pay the money back to school, won't you? That's how I feel if it's real and I'm on you. How your voice sound, I put you on the song too. And this ring just mean that we belong to each other, baby, doesn't mean that I own you. My New York mommy, and I'm her California dude. Met her at the Pacifica, she was rocking the orange U with the black P, and the orange suit. I'm like, that's me. She know my style and get down, and still wanna rock with me. A changed man with the change plan. With her I feel I can be, and I can see it's getting realer now. This is my proposal, without all that kneeling down. And still wanna rock with me. A changed man with the change plan. With her I feel I can be, and I can see it's getting realer now. This is my proposal, without all that kneeling down. Your daughter, we can go to Disney on Ice. California or Florida, go to Disneyland twice. She can meet Donald and Dumbo, both of the mice. Ariel, Pocahontas, yo, there goes Snow White. Just to get away with us and the kids, it's so nice. That smile that they got in their face is no price. Me and you bonding our family is so nice. And the hole that come from my soul is so tight. On life, feeling high, like I'm on white. I'm so chill with you, it's feeling like I'm on ice. Alright, long day ahead, I go night. But remember with me, my dear, this your life. She know my style and get down, and still wanna rock with me. A changed man with the change plan. With her I feel I can be, and I can see it's getting realer now. This is my proposal, without all that kneeling down. And still wanna rock with me. A changed man with the change plan. With her I feel I can be, and I can see it's getting realer now. This is my proposal, without all that kneeling down.
Real people wanna see me on top. I know some fake people wanna see me in a box.
box. I got big thoughts, trying to get out the box. This beat really touched me, I had to say my spiel. The real on how hip-hop make me feel. The real on how hip-hop make you feel. Hip-hop take me, cause you all I got. God walk with me, help me get to the top. Music is my passion, I'm trying to make it happen. As a youngin', I fell in love with this rapping. Hip-hop take me, cause you all I got. God walk with me, help me get to the top. Music is my passion, I'm trying to make it happen. As a youngin', I fell in love with this rapping.
Bucktown Bluesy, G.O. my main DJ.
Produced by Bad.
Talk to him like, yeah, yeah. Talk to him like, yeah, yeah. I don't need a bitch, just a pinch off the brick. I ball all tactics, razor blades, plastic bag. Let's go half on a half. Went from slaves to bums to having nothing. Even then, I was from with the rim. Back then, old told me I was light skinned. Only believed in the cute ones, then my friends. Took it along after the damn gin. President's an OG with the pen. Use the pen as a weapon. Austin and low, spit in my flow. Low, low, on his hole. Ground too cold. Manure to the strap. Know what it all I own. Pick up a boom, bring the platoon. Move squad on time. Better love with Pete Prime. I'm the 2016 phenomenon. You know you cool when your mama asks you for that. I can't give you this. I don't got no weed, mama. I said you know you cool when your mama asks you for that. Yeah, talk to him like Cali got that bomb. What you know about being blowed on? Pete Prime, Cali got that bomb. What you know about being blowed on? Night long, Cali got that bomb. What you know about? What you know about? Yeah, what you know about?
Your boy Boozy, yeah, I'm blowing that bomb. If you blowing the purple, you blowing that wrong. Gelato and cookie, blowing that strong. Cali got the bomb, Cali got the bomb. I'm feeling good, Red Bull and Henny. Dope, Dutch master the cookie. Two-step, I'm feeling real groovy. Live life like I'm making a movie. You don't need lean when you got that strong. Why pop a molly when you blowing that bomb? Feeling like Bob Marley, going backward. We in the town, all packing the hood. East Oakland, got that bomb. North Stockton, got that bomb. I ship it off the Bucktown. Now we hit, we got the Cali bomb.
Talk to him like, Cali got that bomb. What you know about being blowed on? Pete Prime, Cali got that bomb. What you know about being blowed on? Night long, Cali got that bomb. What you know about? What you know about? Yeah, what you know about? What you know about these Cali trees? That Cali bomb got your mind at ease. Hit them one time and you should see. Gotta run it back for that OCP. So open up your mind to a new dimension. Only here to party, no bad intention. Just turn up the music and relieve the tension. We on a mission, find our mention. Ride like a caddy with a new suspension. Learn the lesson, microphone I'm blessed. No Smith and Wesson, just the back of our papers and some fifth generation. Grape lemonade, Michelado, yeah, I'm hard to follow. Gotta live for the day, we ain't promised tomorrow. It's a weekend, gonna party good like man, stay calm. Coughing up my lungs with that West Coast bomb for sure. Got me thinking about some rhymes to flow. The party's always jumping in the valley too. Oh, nah, not hard to find. Always on the grind underneath the California sunshine. Here to give you something different than the same old songs. You know, Cali got that bomb. What you know about being blowed on? Pete Prime, Cali got that bomb. What you know about being blowed on? Night long, Cali got that bomb. What you know about? What you know about? Yeah. What you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Young Love, Terry just called and left the message that should be on the track. You ready to drop? Alright, let me go first. Watch me put it down, dog. I be dedicated to the game for those who didn't know. I dedicate to see you haters who be dissing my flow. Known to have a green thumb cause I make my money grow. And I'm something like a baker cause I'm all about my dough. For sure, I be driven like the snow. So while you standing still, I be always on the go. Smoking on the Bastro, got me elevated. Girl, I know you want this, so make it complicated. So many made it then failed, a longer way to prevail. Put my name up in lights cause they feel me like Braille. Got money for bail if they throw me in jail. I'll be back on the streets with much game for sale. myself. I be tipping the scale while collecting my mail. Staying fresh and not stale. You make it rain, I make it hail. I let my take it, chuck it, tell I'm out off like a diva. Best to take notice, cutthroat. I'm sicker than a fever.
Cause every time we roll, we ride. 4 fingers up.
2 twisted in the middle.
West side, west side. Cause every time we roll, we ride. 4 fingers up.
2 twisted in the middle.
West side, west side. Cause every time we roll, we ride. 4 fingers up.
2 twisted in the middle.
West side, west side. Cause every time we roll,
California,
we ride.
that's right.
4 fingers up.
2 twisted in the middle.
West side, west side.
Y'all know. Times changing, thinking of better routes. I'm sinking into a drought. I'm trying to find my way out. Situation be critical. At times they're gonna wait around for no miracles, hoping God will show a sign. Gotta climb about your own mess. Gotta read between the lines. Gotta do what's right and what's best. Stop living your life so blind. Though living a life of crime is an easy way to make the cash, but dirty money don't last long. Crime pays to eat the gun blast. So time in the penitentiary, just watching how slow your years pass. And I stick with a pen and a pad, just writing raps and spitting rhymes. Just waiting for opportunities for me one day to shine. By area code B209, I'm from the city of Stockton, where crime, violence, murders, and homicides happen often. We got a bad reputation, don't worry, yeah, man. That's my motivation to elevate my mind on spitting raps. Keeping it going, still rolling like a full tank of gas.
Cause every time we roll, we ride. 4 fingers up.
2 twisted in the middle.
West side, west side. Cause every time we roll, we ride. 4 fingers up.
2 twisted in the middle.
West side, west side. Cause every time we roll, we ride.
That's right.
4 fingers up.
2 twisted in the middle.
West side, west side. Cause every time we
Represent.
roll, we ride.
Stockton, Cali.
4 fingers up.
2 twisted in the middle.
West side, west side.
Too hot, aka Chino Blaster.
Here at KXVS, broadcasting from Stone Tube Studios, is the voice of Stockton.
Hey, what's up, Rise and Shine 209? This is your girl RawNe in the house at KXVS, the voice of Stockton, your community radio station, 92.1 FM. If you're tuned into 92.1 FM, you might be getting some Spanish. We're working on that. So, till then, you can tune in on the radio apps, Simple Radio and TuneIn Radio. So you can listen to radio that way if you're not able to watch the video, but you can also catch the video live stream on Facebook every morning or when we're up, and also on the KXVS, the Voice of Stockton radio YouTube channel. So live stream, Facebook or YouTube. So you guys heard music in rotation this morning. We're gonna get ready to have our guests come in shortly. So right now I've been playing local artists that we have, our local hip hop artists that have been submitting their music and have given us permission and allowed us to put it in rotation. And I'm so happy that you guys have shared your music with us and provided it to me here at the radio station, so I'm able to get it up for you guys. So thank you all for doing that. I wanted to share one more because this one just came in and I haven't uploaded it yet. But this is by Broke the MC featuring Timothy Rhyme and Jay Lately, called Tell 'Em. And I'm just going to see if I can set this here so you guys can hear it, because I got to play it off the phone for now. But I'm going to play it for you guys because I really like it. And I can't wait to share it when it gets uploaded. So I'm going to do it that way.
Trust me, I've been working Monday to Sunday, show up and murder, rehearsing these words until I get perfect, serving them on purpose. Nerves that you worship don't make me nervous. Step on their toes and tell them you heard it. I've been working. Name Timmy, yo, last name graduated. So many people doubted me, if you congratulated, which means people proud of me. Many were aggravated that I didn't end up where they did. I simply navigated through the drama till it evaporated, and off my demons till they evacuated. My formula to success is to always make sure my moves are calculated and stand out in the market, the soul is saturated. Cats that hate it been popping up in my DM. They slept on your boy, minus the Tylenol PM. I'm a star boy, unable to descend. Even if they don't see the beauty behind the man, it's like the weekend. Yeah, chicks to those that show me love from the jump. They stuck by my side even when I was in a slump. All my baby girl rappers that sound dumb in the trunk. I get them lumped up and shoved in the trunk. Yeah, trust me, I've been working. Monday to Sunday, show up in working. Rehearsing these words until I get perfect. Serving them on purpose. Serve that you worship, don't make me nervous. Step on their toes and tell them you heard it. I've been working. Place me on that pedestal that I was a guard. No water, it's a benefit. Tell them I've been working. When they ask me who's up next, and I pull up, yes, just so I can cool your jets. Bet. The way I piece together words is heard by visionaries. Still I compete with hella nerds, earn my temporary 15 minutes in this spotlight with these top flight, off-white, not tight, mob like plights that you all hype. We write for the nights that we all like cereal. Through strife, mama cried to find us a miracle. But life is the type to grind that you really slow. So if you hear me know through these lyrics, hope is it really shown. Heroes out of the bottom of the East End. Problem solving, you call them if an author is beast in. If you're not too fond, then you probably part of the reason. The people need you gon' leave that speech alone while we defend. Relentless with these feelings, I've been hurting, wording these verses, making sure verdicts certain through my city. I'm that person that did that Caraga crowd so perfect. The first pick and I did this on purpose. So trust me, I've been working. Monday to Sunday, show up in working. Rehearsing these words until I get perfect. Serving them on purpose. Serve that you worship, don't make me nervous. Step on their toes and tell them you heard it. I've been working. Place me on that pedestal that I was a guard. No water, it's a benefit. Tell them I've been working. When they ask me who's up next, and I pull up, yes, just so I can cool your jets. I've been swimming in women and living without linens. Couch surfing and floor crashing and out business. These people love excuses, I've been a devout witness. All is cracked up to me, I'm beginning to doubt this is. I've been working harder than them and then I've been perking. Anybody talking about intermissions is curtains. Shoe fits weird, I'm slipping into these Birkins. Stocking up for the future, but now I give them these verses. Progress is the product, it's never better than lately. The J just stands for Jeremy, no, he's never been lazy. I'ma push him this hope to the day that I'm pushing daisies. If you're thinking I'ma slip, you must be crazy, motherfucker. I've been working ever since the lemonade stand. I was dreaming about the day that I could ever make fans. Now I'm dreaming about the day I play for 7-8 grand. Let them talk, they will whenever they can. But you can trust me, I've been working. Monday to Sunday, show up in working. Rehearsing these words until I get perfect. Serving them on purpose. Serve that you worship, don't make me nervous. Step on their toes and tell them you heard it. I've been working. Place me on that pedestal that I was a guard. No water, it's a benefit. Tell them I've been working. When they ask me who's up next, and I pull up, yes, just so I can cool your jets. Bet. Working. Trust me, I've been working. Monday to Sunday, show up in working. Rehearsing these words until I get perfect. Serving them on purpose. Serve that you worship, don't make me nervous. Step on their toes and tell them you heard it. I've been working. Place me on that pedestal that I was a guard. No water, it's a benefit. Tell them I've been working. When they ask me who's up next, and I pull up, yes, just so I can cool your jets. Bet.
Here at KXVS, broadcasting from Stone Tube Studios, is the voice of Stockton.
Hey, you guys, and I'm back. So, like I said, I was just playing music in rotation until Marcelis got here and our guest Mel Martin got here. So they are in the house. I'm going to go ahead and let them get situated while I go ahead and chop it up with you for a quick second, because I wanted to let you guys know that last piece that you heard was by another local artist that we have. He goes by Broke the MC, and it was featuring Timothy Rhyme and Jay Lately. He also made the beat. So Broke the MC also made the beat for that one, I believe. He mentioned that, and he can correct me if I'm wrong. Aphex, shout out to you, because I am definitely going to get your music here in rotation soon. I do have it, and I just want to let you know. I don't know where I had put that. I'm so sorry, but then I did recently find it when I was looking through some music. So that music is going to be in rotation, so you guys will get to hear Aphex. You know, you got to see him live. You got to hear him live with other shows, maybe on some of his recordings. But I want to go ahead and put that music in rotation for you guys. So I want to go ahead and let you guys know that we are gonna. Oh yeah, there we go. So they're still getting situated, but I got distracted for a quick second. I'm gonna go ahead and mic them up, and they're here in the house. Good morning, Marcelis. Good morning, Mel.
morning,
Thank
Renee.
you guys for joining me this morning and giving me some time to have some music in rotation. So that was great because I love to put the music on. I woke up playing music this morning, and I wanted to just get in here and just play music. I didn't really want to talk too much, but here you guys are, because we're going to talk a whole lot about what's been going on, what hasn't been going on, how we've been doing on our fitness, and with this program that we're getting started for the 6 weeks, and and how it's making changes in our lives.
Awesome.
So I'm looking forward to talking about it.
Thanks for having me today.
Thanks for coming in.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Man, it is an early morning this morning. I woke up and it was so cold. Oh my goodness. The coldness is going to be a new challenge. The winter brings that challenge of waking up and you know what I'm saying, you getting yourself warm and you just trying to get out the shower, because once you turn on the shower it's just hot and you just want to stay there. And it's just like, it's a challenge all in itself, so I'm just getting up and getting out, man. So glad I could do that and make it here to the station this bright and shining Wednesday, everybody. Hope everybody's having
Quite
a good
gloomy,
morning
but
out there. Well,
but shiny, but
optimism.
yes, we're shining on the inside out. For sure.
The mist had my car shiny this morning. So.
How was the drive?
It was misty.
Speaking of,
I got on I-5 and I'm thinking, why are we going 60 miles an hour? I'm supposed to be there in 30 minutes. I ended my show at 7:55.
This morning?
Yeah, and I have a Facebook Live show. It's
the
a
one he
Fit
does
Love
with
Strong
Lourdes.
show. Yeah, with Lourdes.
Out of Florida.
Hey, Lourdes, how you doing?
Shout out, Lourdes.
Hiya, Lourdes. And, I'm piddling around, get the dogs out, get them one last time out, and then I look up, it's 8:12.
Nice.
I'm all, dude, come on.
I was yelling at myself this morning, too.
I'm all, you got to be kidding me. I gave you plenty of time, dude. Like you're talking to yourself in the first person, right?
Totally.
Get in the car.
Yeah.
But I made it. So
you did it safely.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
But I have a challenge for you, for both of you, but especially for you.
Oh man, I can't wait to hear it.
All right, so there is a gentleman named Wim Hof. He is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he's Norwegian or Swedish or something like that.
Okay.
Hof.
This boy swims in the glacier waters.
Woo!
As part of his meditation, as part of his all that. And I have a client that I'm working with that practices that. Not the jump in the glacier water, but
in cold water.
He takes cold showers in the morning. And not the entire shower.
Oh my goodness.
Right, not the entire shower. So he'll do the whole warm, wash, rinse. Of course, you're not going to stand in a cold shower soaping yourself down.
Yeah.
You want to enjoy that, right? But before you get out of the shower, rip the Band-Aid off and turn that water dial to cold and stand there. I can work up to it, right? I'm up to 15 seconds. And it's a long 15 seconds. And you're just breathing. And I got to
Hey,
tell you,
I've
when
taken
you get
cold
out, yeah, you would know. You've been in the military, right?
I've taken
Right?
cold showers, and
Right.
I'm going to
So-
say I don't like
yeah,
them because,
so-
you got it.
Right. But the thing is, there really is no other reason not to do it, because you're all nice and clean. You've soaked up. You've rinsed off. I guarantee you, if you start practicing that, and use your breathing as your timing, so breathe in and out once, breathe in and out twice, or whatever the case may be. If you can get up to 10, you can get up to 15, I guarantee when you get out, you are, believe it or not, you're pumped up and happy.
What?
No, I'm serious. I was even watching this thing on. I was watching this YouTube video on this Navy SEAL saying, here's the reason why he takes cold showers, and that the last, as soon as he's done with the warm shower, he'll just throw the dial to cold.
That makes sense.
He'll throw the dial to cold, and he'll just get in touch with it. And once you get over the shock of it, and obviously the more consistent you do something, the more accepting it is within yourself, because you're not shocked anymore, so to speak, that your body knows what's going to happen, right? So you're not surprising yourself. There's no more negotiation within yourself. It's going to happen. Here it is. And once it becomes part of your psyche, you actually look forward to that pumped up feeling after. I know I'm selling it to you pretty hard here, but trust me.
No,
I don't
you're
like
describing
cold shower.
Early, 9 a.m. I'm all, I got up at 6.
But I can see the shocker in
You know
that,
what I mean?
and that would
But
shock you.
it is and it's phenomenal. Let's say you're going to prepare for your show. By the way, you guys did fantastic.
Thank you.
Last Thursday.
Thank you, man.
So let's say it's Thursday. You got your show, right? Right. You go home. I don't know if you have a pre-show routine or whatever the case may be. You're home. Go and take a shower. Get ready. Because it's game on. It's game 7, right? It's the finals, right? It's 2-minute drill before you step on stage. And it doesn't start when you step on stage. It starts that morning. You're pumped up for it, maybe. But that night, before you arrive to Avon the Mile or wherever you're going to perform, you have this, I would assume, pregame routine. Make your pregame routine part of that shower. You got clean clothes you're going to put on. I mean, who doesn't feel great when they put on a brand new suit of armor or uniform before they go play?
That's true.
Right? Know what I'm saying? Right? Okay. So you do that as your pregame routine. Take a shower, clean yourself, and then wham! Turn that dial to cold.
And just see how long I can do.
Actually, not so much how long, but how many times you can breathe in and out of it. Because if you're thinking of it from a withstanding standpoint, like how long can I do this? Then you're on the defensive.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
You're on the defensive, right? But if you stand there and your posture's straight, you put your face up to the shower head, and bam, turn it on, and immediately you go into your breathing. Inhale, exhale, and you just kind of do enough to where you feel I'm good. Turn that thing off, and it's got to be longer than 5 seconds, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you turn it off. I promise you do that day in and day out, the invigoration you're gonna feel is amazing.
Oh wow!
And then think about it. If it's pre-game, pre-show, you get dressed, you're pumped up. By the time you get to the venue,
it's on.
You are on, brother. I mean, you are on. You are completely within your emotional and mental connection, and at a highest level. That sounded good, didn't it? I sold it to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna sell shower. I'm gonna sell
just
cold
try
water.
it and look it up. Cold showers. Wim Hof. WIMHOF. Or Navy SEALs who take cold showers. Why? Just pull it up, and they'll tell you why.
Susie Longwaddell says, "No challenge for I think Mel Martin is what she's saying."
Super Susie. Love Super Susie. She's awesome.
No, I'm going to just keep adjusting these while you guys are.
I think you got the corner of my head.
I know.
It's all about the profile, right? It's all about the show.
I'm going to try that. I'm looking for new tips and tips to give me more.
You should. And if you did it in the mornings, and it don't matter if you had 3 hours of sleep or if you had 8 hours of sleep.
It's going to do the same.
It's the same.
Same effect.
It's the same, right? What better way to start your day with just a jolt of energy even before you get to Starbucks?
Even before you get to Starbucks.
Right?
A jolt of energy, right?
Before you even get to Starbucks.
Yeah.
Right? Or coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
I could use that. Who couldn't?
Absolutely. I started doing it about a week ago.
Okay, I'm gonna see how many seconds I can actually do. I'm gonna guesstimate for my first cold shower challenge. I can't believe I'm gonna do this to myself. I can't believe I'm gonna do this to myself, Mel.
In, out, in, out. Yeah.
I don't like cold showers, and I know it's to have comfort. But okay, I get it. Okay, I'm gonna challenge myself. I would say maybe a good 3 to 5 seconds.
Okay.
3 to 5 seconds.
That's very temporary.
Yes.
But like I said,
it's
if you
gotta
approach
work
it
up
from
to
an
it.
offensive point of view rather than a defensive point of view. A defensive point of view would be like, oh my God, I got to turn the dial. I'm stand. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're protective. Stand in front of it and say, okay, let's do this. Crank that sucker and welcome that water. Like boom, it's going to hit you. Start your 3 to 5 seconds through 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. I'm good. Right?
Okay.
Anything you approach from a winning attitude, what do? You win. Anything you approach from a defensive attitude, you've already kind of lost in your mind.
Well, I mean, couldn't we do like a different challenge?
I mean, this one's gonna give you emotional,
and
Cold.
mental alignment. And we got to sell this. We got to sell this here.
Well, I'm allergic to cold, and I don't want to be in there too long.
Who's allergic to cold?
I am.
You are?
And I've actually come across other people in the world that are allergic to cold. And there are people that are allergic to heat. They break out in hives. In the cold, break out in hives.
Really?
Yes. So it's a big aversion to me because then it sends my body into such a shock that I get hives and my body doesn't like it. So I can do 3 to 5 seconds.
Hey, you know what? That's 3 to 5 seconds, and
Yeah,
you're
that's
doing longer
3 to
than
5
you were
yeah,
before, right?
right,
So
right.
yeah, absolutely.
With more emotional balance and mental balance.
You're
you
looking
never
for
had
that
before.
alertness, right? You're looking for that state of being. You're looking for that embodiment. Like yes, I mean, I don't know. I get out of the shower. I'm like, oh my God, hell yeah, it's gonna be a great day.
How
Let's
long
go.
do you
Let's go.
withstand the cold?
I could breathe in and out about 10 times right now.
Nice.
And it's not that.
Right, they're deep breaths. Good,
I mean, inhale,
good 4 count.
exhale, and I don't worry about how it feels. I focus on awaking. waking up.
Right.
Like, oh my, this just,
Like breathe.
it's fantastic, I focus on the after effect. I don't focus on the
If I go beyond 5 seconds, I will definitely share that and let you know how I feel afterwards.
I'm really kind of interested to see if there's any adverse effect to this, if you have some clinical thing about cold. I don't know. You know what I mean?
No, I do. It's, it's kind of interesting. But, like I said, I've come across others in the world that actually have the same. And it is very interesting because I thought I was the only one for a really long time.
Being allergic to cold?
Being allergic to cold. People break out in hives. And... it's just very interesting. So in the same, like there's some people who can't handle extreme, I guess, heat for themselves, or so they'll start to break out in hives, or with their sweat. I don't know what it is for them, but I know for me, it's.
Well, if you think about it,
like it's mist, like dew, mist, like anything that's like our weather that's right now. If my so like see how my feet are exposed and my hands, like if I had maybe something that were up a little bit, my hands and my feet will start to break out. I'll feel it in my face and my ears, but whatever's exposed to the air first will start to break out. So.
Well, if you think about it, your skin is the largest organ in your body, right? Okay, it's your first line of defense. So I'm thinking, how often do you get under cold showers? Very rarely, right? So I'm thinking if you have an allergy or an adversity to aversion to cold, so maybe it's the temperature, right? So your body's trying to adjust, maybe
but that's supposed to be a shock value. The shower is
the
supposed
water.
To...
It's already an element that's part of you for, let's say, a 10-minute shower. You're warm, right?
Yeah.
You
just
rip the shock value for 3 to 5 seconds. I don't know if there's any self-correcting mechanism that's going to be adverse at that point.
I don't think so either.
You know what I mean?
Because I'm not like in it for a really long
time. Right. There's going to be more.
Like,
a different message is sent from your brain to your body.
Right.
And back to the brain.
Right.
So. Still selling it, so hopefully.
It's no, it's so.
No, I totally get it. I'm definitely down for the challenge. I'm definitely down for the challenge. I'm just letting you know, like it's just because I already have like an issue with the cold. So when I hear cold, I'm like no, but then I'm like, okay, wait a minute, it's a challenge.
Right.
So I can do a challenge.
Cold showers are they're hard.
And I've done cold showers before because I've been in situations where I've had to take only cold showers. Like if your water heater goes out, I've had that when as a teenager my water heater went out in the house. So I'm literally taking cold showers in the military when all the hot water is gone or you don't have time, but that's all you get. That's another time.
Did you break out?
No, I stay in there long enough to like get clean.
That's at least a minute.
It's at least a minute.
At least a minute, maybe 2.
No, it's a long time to me.
I mean, that's washing hair or not washing hair.
It's a really long time to me,
I mean?
and it's really hard. But it's one of those things that anybody would be uncomfortable unless they really like cold showers.
Right.
It's just one of those things where I'm not trying to stay in there too long to where I'm gonna even think about that. Maybe something might happen. I'm just there to bathe. Like in my mind, it's just to bathe. And I need to hurry up and get in and get out because I don't have the luxury of hot water at the moment.
I feel like
necessity versus impact, right?
Getting out your comfort level is like key to
speaking
of getting out of our anytime you have something that's like, oh, try this, you're not gonna be used to this. But try it, and it work. I'm always down. I'm like, okay, let's.
Speaking of getting out of comfort levels, I have to say this regiment that you have provided to us.
Tell me about it.
Mine is separate from Marcelis's, if you guys don't know, but they're separate. Okay, not only am I having a change in regiment, so I have to incorporate this into my schedule that I already, had at one point, but now my schedule at work has changed. So it's caused not only do I have one change of working this regiment into my schedule, it's working it into a temporary new schedule, which actually I found a couple benefits. So the one benefit I have to say is, okay, one of my pieces of homework and or tasks that I have to do to start making habit to improve my sleep, and this is for all of you listeners, to improve my sleep and to get the rest that my body needs, because I'm really not giving that to myself. So Mel has let me know that I should try to make my bedtime now no later than 1:30 in the morning. Because I am not sleeping usually until 3:30, 4 o'clock, if that. And maybe sometimes I don't even sleep. I'm like going to sleep maybe around 6 or 7 in the morning. And maybe that's sometimes why I might not be here at the show, because I'm going to sleep in and around that time, because whatever it is that's keeping me up. But yeah, so now this new bedtime is 1:30, and now I'm not getting off at 11 o'clock at night for a temporary time. I'll be getting off at 7:30 at night. And this is going to help to incorporate, because by the time that 1:30 comes, I am going to be tired. So even though I'm going to go back to the 11 o'clock down the road, if I can get my body to know that even though I'm working and 1:30 is coming, that's the time I should be like out, like going to sleep. That means I have like an 11, 12, 1, an hour, 2.5 hours to get home, get situated. And it's going to be different. But for now, it's nice, because I can get off work, I can unwind, I can do what I want to do, what I need to do, have some me time, whatever it is, and then go to sleep.
Well, what are you? You're not going to wait till 1:30 to go to sleep, are you?
No, but I'm working up to making myself, because I just stay up.
Right.
So I just stay up.
Right.
So
I mean, what's the shift in time? Getting off at 11 versus getting off at 12 or getting off at 11?
So I'm now getting off at 7:30 p.m.
versus
11 p.m.
Okay, so that's what, a 2.5 hour difference?
Yeah, about that.
Right?
30,
so
30,
you were getting off at 11:30, 1:30. I gave you a 2-hour window.
3.5 hour difference.
When you were getting off at 11:30, you had a 2-hour difference until 1:30 to get to bed. I took in consideration drive time to get home, check around,
I don't have to worry about
all
that.
Whatever, right? So now you want to backtrack that, get in bed by 11.
No way.
If you can.
No way.
Right now.
You mean now?
And when your shift change goes to getting off at 7, that's still 4 hours. That's a lot you can do in 4 hours, right? Or even midnight. Because you got to be here by what time?
I'm thinking if I go to bed at 11, I mean if I make myself go to bed at 11, then I'm gonna start getting tired when I'm at work, and I don't want to do that.
Okay, so you're just gonna kind of free flow it. Okay, but in your mind, when you go back to your older shift,
make myself get
you know
tired.
what? Hey, if that's the process by which works for you, absolutely.
Yeah, so I'll like work through till 11, 7:30 to 11. I'm like, I do whatever I'm doing, and then 11 o'clock comes. 12 o'clock, I can say, okay, that gave myself an hour. That's what it looks like.
Right.
Okay. So it's going to be interesting. So that's one of the changes.
Right.
Amidst the changes within the changes that are happening in my life. How about you? How's it been going for you?
It's been going, man. I'm excited for week 2 already. Do I get to run anything a little less than 30 minutes on week 2?
Less?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking maybe.
One of your goals was to speed up your 5K.
That's true. That is true.
It won't be less, brother. It's going to be a little bit more.
It's always going to be more.
It's either going to be more or it's going to be more intense during the 30 minutes. It's either more than 30 minutes or a variety of pace within the 30 minutes. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I want you to be 5K ready at all times. That's at a 7-minute pace.
Boom, boom. I feel like I could do that. A 7-minute mile.
You know what I mean? I mean, you're moving at 7 minutes.
Yeah. I feel like
I mean, compared to me, that's a sprint. I mean, my best is about a 10. You're doing 3 minutes less. Well, first of all, you're 90 years younger than I am, so right.
Oh my gosh!
You said your best mile
was about a 10. To keep up the pace of 10.
Oh, to keep up pace
10, per mile 10. For 3 to 6 minutes, 3 to 6 miles.
Okay, I think I'm ready to.
10 minutes. 10-minute
for me,
miles,
that's.
10-minute miles.
I mean, I could probably, if I just focused on 1 mile, maybe a 9:45, 9:30.
Miles, like every mile. That
every
you do
mile, I'm running it at a 10-minute pace.
I think I do 7 minutes, 7:30, 7:30. Because at 30 minutes, I could go around Victory Park about 4.5 times.
You're moving.
Yes, when we go running, he runs a lot. Like
I mean, you figure too. Look at
twice as much as
biomechanically. How tall are you?
Yeah, true. I got short legs, huh? So I gotta take 2 steps.
You and I are very similar in height. So
someone who does one,
for someone who's even 3 or 4 inches taller than you, even 2 inches taller than you, there's a stride differential.
Oh, interesting.
You know what I mean?
I'm taking
so
more steps.
Somebody who's maybe 6 inches taller than you, it would take you 1.5 to 2 strides versus his 1.
Right. Right.
You know, the
Right.
gates are going to be different.
And also,
right?
female versus male is also different too. So that makes sense because, like in the Army, they have these age brackets. So certain ages and gender within a certain age bracket, they have less time. So his 2-mile run that they put out in the Army, he'd probably have to do probably 13 to 14 minutes, if that. I think more.
A 7-minute mile.
Right. And so that would be his goal. And then so like as the age goes up, the time frame goes up.
Right, it rises. They take that in consideration.
Yeah.
It's not the per mile pace for the 1 mile. It's being able to spread it out over multiple miles.
Right, so it's the same.
Right?
So it's the same consistent time, I see.
I've found that there's transitions in runs where maybe the first quarter to half mile is like a shock.
Yeah, adjustment.
You're trying to wake up. And then there's that go time.
Yeah.
Where your body just goes, yes. Everything just flows.
In pace.
There's not a bad step you're taking. Your body is totally forward moving. You know, you're in the
Yeah.
zone, right?
Yeah, you're in the zone,
Yeah, you're in the zone, right? So if you can, the faster you can lock into that, you know, the faster you can lock into that in the first steps that you take, that's a lot of mental conditioning as well. And also, what kind of stride do you take? Are you a heel striker? Are you a forefoot striker? Are your shoes, are your shoes...
Or a side.
Well, you know, I mean, that kind of thing. Are you wearing the right kind of shoes? I mean, you can get as technical as you want, you know, but you want to give yourself as much advantage as possible. And also, believe it or not, body girth, right? The bigger your waistline is, okay, the harder it is to be more streamlined in your motion, right? If you look at the NFL, who are the fastest guys on the field? Your
Running
cornerbacks, your wide receivers, right?
Yeah,
they're the slimmest. Their shoulder to waist ratio is the slimmest. The exception to the rule is going to be a running back who is both mass and sleekness, right? You look at your offensive line, you know, you're 6'5", 6'8", 300 pounds. You're not going to run no 4.240. There might be some freaks out there like Javon Curse used to, but you know, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
There are.
You know what I mean? I mean, so body size and girth has a lot to do with your ability to create a pace that's streamlined as well. You know? Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I just...
Well, I have recordings, but they're on my daughter's phone because she has been working out with me.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, and so it's been very interesting. So I asked her to send it to me so I could post it,
Okay.
but she hasn't done that yet.
No
But
worries.
I'll get it to
No
you.
worries. Well, what do you find? What is your experience so far? What are you finding during the workout routine? Is there certain parts of it where it's much more difficult than others, or much more challenging in your mind than others, or you dislike, or anything like that?
No, so far it's okay. Just finding a comfortable ground. So the yoga mats are something I definitely have to utilize.
Right.
Because I have hardwood floors. But other than that, no, I really enjoy it. I don't like the starfish. I remember I was standing up and I was like speaking into the camera. I was like, Mel, can I just do it standing up?
There actually is a standing version of that for people who cannot get on the ground and get up.
Oh.
And believe it or not,
It's not about not getting up, but I just don't like being on the ground.
Right. I wouldn't either on a hardwood floor. I saw the video recording assessment you sent back to me, and I was like, that's a trooper right there on the ground, hardwood floor. And you know, I heard your daughter in the background, and you're like, how many is that, 5? And I think she said something like, I don't know, I lost count or something. You're like, what do you mean you lost count? Yeah. You know, but I love the support. I love the support that you're getting, and it's true. Nobody succeeds on their own.
Yeah.
You know, nobody ever succeeds on their own. So I'm glad that you have that support. But just curious about how many minutes from beginning to end are you finding to complete it?
You know, I didn't time it because actually I was working on form, so I didn't time it. Even though I know I'm supposed to do it all within a half an hour. I think I'm getting it probably within a half an hour, but I'm not really looking at the time because
You're focusing on your form.
I'm having fun with like just watching the form, making sure I'm getting it right. Does it feel right? Am I, making sure that those, because what I'm finding is the stretches that you
at the
recommended.
End? Yeah.
I do.
How do you like them?
I love them so much that I do them when I'm not even in my workout.
Fantastic.
Like I just do them because they feel good, and I will utilize those when I'm stretching outside of
Absolutely.
routine.
It's a passive therapy.
I love it. I
Your
love
action part when you're actually working out is the active therapy. And then at the end, I give you some passive therapy so you can kind of wind down, reconnect, kind of pump the brakes a little bit. You don't want to stop and end your workout on a high blood flow.
Right. No, not at all.
You want a transition where you're weaning down and you're totally relaxing and you're like, absolutely. And you want to start strong and you want to end strong.
Yeah.
At this point, you're not trying to burn yourself to the ground.
I've been sharing it at work.
Oh, good.
I showed because of the gals, because Dignity Health, where I work over
Yeah.
at St. Joseph's, and they're real big on wellness, and they want their
Absolutely.
staff to be well, so in fitness. So a lot of people they've upped their memberships because we get a free membership working there. So we get to go to the gyms. But a lot of people are going to the gyms and working out, and it's just funny because people come back and they talk about their workouts, and so a lot of the ladies are talking about, and then you find out who's going to work out with who, and like some people that you don't even think would hang out are hanging out, and so it's kind of cool. But one gal was talking about how she was dreading because she was doing stair day. She was like, it's stair day. And then she was saying something about having to tone her sides, and I told her, I was like, oh, what are these workouts that I do? And I was like, they're really good, and it's gonna help, and running helps. I told her because it helps to slim and tone down that fat that's on the love handles, as you call them. Running helps with that, but the exercises that you given to me, I find they help out with that too, because I can feel the burn on the, what do you call it? I call it the Spider-Man or something of that nature. It's like kind of like a
it's an inside and outside Spidey.
Spidey, right.
Okay, so
yeah, so I showed that to her, and
now that you say that, I'm going to create for you today a 60-second recharge.
Because I do those at work.
Exercise that you can do. It's going to be 30 seconds. It'll be 30 seconds of 2 exercises to recharge your body.
Oh, nice.
Standing. You won't even have to get on the ground.
I love it. Even if I did, that's
right.
fine.
And then there'll be 30 seconds of just these quick stretches that could just reline you back up, and off you go. And you're welcome to share it with anybody, but it helps relieve some of the pressure in your back and your neck. It'll wake you up. Yes. And if you did it once an hour or once every other hour, it'll kind of just pump the brakes and you'll retune back into yourself, because you're in a profession where you're constantly assessing, you're making decisions, the stress goes high. And if I'm not mistaken, the one area that it's going to attack you and your stress is going to be your neck area.
Yeah, especially when I'm doing admin
stuff.
Stuff.
Exactly. Because of that, the gravity pulls you down. It's worse than being in a car wreck.
Yeah,
because
sometimes
if you're in a fixed
you're
position,
just like,
year in, hour after hour, year in, year out, there are people that work in an office setting, call center people.
I would not want to ever be that.
Do it.
I'm glad that I get to move around. Like literally, I am helping with the hustle and bustle. Even though I do supervise, I'm there with the hustle and bustle, and I help them out and do things. But I definitely would look forward to doing a quick recharge, and I will definitely share that because we all do work out, and for the most part, we like to share. I find one thing that I did learn that I like is when there's a tabletop like this, I like to do the push-ups off the tabletop.
You'll be doing that.
So that will be...
You'll be doing that.
Because those really help sometimes with the tension back there.
Tension, it breaks it up, because when you're pushing forward, when you're coming into the counter or the floor, your shoulders and your back muscles are preventing you from collapsing. Okay? And then as you push away, then your chest muscles and your triceps push you away. So they mutually work together. And so as you're pumping fresh blood in there, you're getting rid of that toxic blood that's sitting there.
Oh, I love that.
By itself. You know what I mean? Because of the stress. You want to flush healthy blood into an area that's inflamed.
Sounds good just thinking about it.
Yeah, it is good. And then you follow it up with 3 or 4 simple stretches. In 60 seconds, you could totally recharge, go off on your day. Kind of I would set your alarm for 2 things. I would take I think I mentioned to you the app Think Up, right?
Yes.
If you set set up the app Think Up on your phone, you can do a verbal daily affirmation 3 or 4 times a day, something that that's going to lift your spirit, but also put in there some words like, and it'll say it back to you. I think it says it back to you, right? Or you read it. Do 60-second recharge. As part of the affirmation, right? So it'll remind you, it's 1 o'clock, I'll do it, or it's 2 o'clock, whatever the case may be, right? So you have all these kind of mechanisms that help you kind of move that into your daily routine.
Right.
Right.
I'm looking forward to it, and I will share it. It just reminds me of back in the going back to Army training days,
Right.
like they allow people to get up when you're having lecture and you're in the classroom, or even if you're and you need to go to so you don't fall asleep. The whole goal is to not fall asleep because people do get bored.
Right.
But you get to go to the back room, and they will allow you, no matter where you're at, to just set off and just do some push-ups.
Sure.
Go ahead and go to the back
At
of the
work,
room.
you're saying?
No, when in the military.
Oh, in the military. Okay,
In the military.
yeah.
So when you're in that environment, and
Right.
they're just like, you know what, you don't fall asleep, so you need to find a way to wake yourself up. So if that means you're standing in the back of the room because you're not falling asleep at your desk or at the table, you're in the back of the room standing, you go ahead and do some squats or some, calf raises or overhead
Absolutely.
arm pops, something that's not going to be totally disruptive to the rest of the class, but they allow people to do that. But it's good because then in your environment, you can still get all the information that they're
Right.
giving. So while at work, this is something I would do because, I'm a very active person anyways. And
Mm-hmm.
so being there and just kind of stuck at a desk or, just doing the same motions over and over, sometimes my energy will raise up when I am running around the hospital. And when I get back to the lab, if I'm not running around the hospital, I really, I have energy, so I kind of want to
Right.
utilize it for a little bit. And so I think doing the exercise would be a lot better than just chit-chatting.
Well, when your energy rises like that, I think it's a combination of motivation because you want to perform high
Yeah.
on your job, right?
Yeah.
And then the adrenaline kicks in. But at the same time, you're absorbing a lot of stress, unbeknownst, whether you
Right, and
realize
that's
it or
so
not.
true. And
Because
so I
as,
wanna
as a
decompress.
decision
Uh-huh.
maker, as someone who's assessing in the
So
medical
true.
field, that's all you're doing, right?
Yes, yes.
So by doing a physical recharge for 60 seconds, 2 or 3 times a day, you are taking that stress and you're taking a physical kind of how would you say, release for that.
Channeling it.
You're
Oh,
channeling it a
yeah,
different way,
yeah.
because if a
about
person,
it that
if a
way.
person didn't, like, take a sponge, a really brand new strong sponge, stick it under a water faucet, right?
Right.
It just soaks it up, right?
Right.
The natural thing to make that sponge worthy of use again is to pull it out, wring it, and then it springs back to its original shape. You put it back underneath. If you did that intermittently on a regular basis, the sponge becomes very effective, right? Well, the water coming out of the faucet is stress. The sponge is your entire body. Okay, stick that thing under there for 8 hours, day in and day out, over and over, with no physical release mechanism. Then you're completely absorbing. All you're doing is absorbing, and you're hurting yourself, right? And how does that affect you? It affects your skin. It affects your posture. It affects your psyche. And then when you get off work, you have this big burden on you because you've completely expelled all this emotional, all of your emotional and mental energy while absorbing all that stress physically. You're paying a high price for it.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why it's so important
Maybe
to
that's why I'm
have.
stressed out when I get home.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's and it doesn't take much to do. So, your pre-game preparation are your workouts outside of your work hours.
Okay.
Your in-game activity
Will be while I'm working.
while you're working, and you're talking 60 seconds. It's not a whole lot.
Yeah, I can do that.
Right? Okay, and think about how much more mentally and emotionally you'll be alert and friendly and your communication and because you are energy. That's all you are. You're just a force of energy. So you can create.
Stay chippa, yeah.
Right, chippa. You can create whatever energy in your own personal universe and then into your work universe as well.
Yeah.
And what happens when you do that?
And I like to keep
wanna,
it positive.
Right, and people want to.
I stay positive.
Right.
And people want to be around.
People want to be around you.
Always.
Right? They want to be around you, right? You
I can never escape
Yeah.
or disappear. I try to disappear, but then I hear, where's her name?
Right.
Yes.
So if you're in a management or leadership position, boy, it's there's a lot expected of you, right? People are answering to you, and you're a channeler of information from above, right? From people that you answer to and back. So you're this conduit of that, and it behooves you to make sure that you have some sort of mechanism throughout the day where you can kind of check in with yourself and say, okay, where am I? What's going on? Let me release this.
Yes.
It's 60 seconds of your life, for Christ's sake.
And with an affirmation.
Yeah, with an affirmation.
That'd be awesome.
Right?
Yep.
Done.
Yes. I'm looking forward
There
to
you
that.
go.
So I will let you know once I get started on that. I will definitely let you guys know, let everybody know how that is going and what it's been doing for me. Oh my gosh. And you guys might even see that in my energy. I don't know. What about you guys?
Absolutely. Coupled with a, 15-second cold shower at the end.
Yeah, or in the beginning. So, yeah, you guys will get to see what those changes look like for me while we stay abreast on what's going to be happening with the new triathlon with Mel and also the new workouts.
I got a funny story for you. I did my first swim session on Monday with my friend Karen Briley. Hey, Karen, how you doing? Tremendous, dedicated triathlete. And she, along with a few other triathlete friends I have, you know, they egg you on. Like, yeah, come on, dude, you got to do it with us. Well,
never less with Mel.
the running, the bike, I could do in my sleep. I've done that. But my overcoming factor is water.
Okay.
You're talking open water swimming. There's not, when you do a triathlon, there's not, you can't just stand up and go to the side of the edge of the pool and stand there and catch your breath and then go, right?
Right.
There's an absolute science to it, right? So we get out in the water, and she said, okay, Monday morning, meet me out there. So I get out there, I'm all excited. I'm all sweet, right? I haven't jumped in a pool or water in probably, I kid you not, 6 years.
Susie put a dolphin up here.
Yeah, right. You know, so we get in the water and we're talking and we're great friends, you know, and I'm, you know, my competitive nature takes over as an athlete. I'm like, I could do that. I'm fine. I'm great. I'm gonna do this. She goes, okay, go to the end of the pool. I'm all right. So, you know, get my goggles on. I'm off. Let's do this, right? Get in there, shoot off the wall. Boom, I go down. And I just do it naturally. And I'm thinking, I'm Joe Athlete. This is cool, man. I got this, you know. I get to the end, and I'm huffing and puffing. And I look back, and she's just gliding on over, you know, behind me. And then she pops up, takes her goggles off, and she goes, wow.
What kind of wow was that?
That baddie's all, oh, my God. I go, what? She's all, aren't you tired? I go, I'm exhausted, man. This is hard. She goes, you're not going to make it. You're going to die in the water. I go, of course I'm going to die. If I swam like that, I won't make 50 yards, let alone 20, right? And she goes, okay. Well, and then she does the whole, well, it's, you know, it's not bad. We can work on it. And I'm all, okay. So one coach to another, like, okay, where do I need to improve? Let's break it down.
Right.
So we broke down, you know, don't flutter your feet like you have water wings on, you know.
Oh.
That's one thing. It's go from your hips, and she just broke it down. And
kind of like running in the water.
Yeah,
then.
and it was lap after lap.
Wow.
And we did this half lap, and I'd pop up, I'd go, not good, and I'd go back. Everything down from, you know, I have a tendency to come up this way to take a deep breath in, and then I keep my head up above, and I go this way to breathe out, instead of exhaling into the water to come back out.
Interesting.
Right? So I'm like thrashing and splashing in the water like a cat thrown into a pond. You know, and then she's gliding over to me like an eel, and I'm thinking, I don't look like that, you know? And then she goes, well, just, you know, be a sexy dolphin. I'm like, I could do that. I'm all about the picture.
Be a sexy
Because we started talking about, you know, we started laughing. I go, it's, you know, and she goes, yeah, just be a sexy dolphin. Yeah. And I did a post about that. It was pretty funny, you know? So I'll go, okay. So this went on for about an hour. And so probably on my 8th or 9th lap attempt, I did it all the way through. And it all kind of came together. And I said, okay. And she goes, that's a good start. Now, if you can just lock in on that, you know, and after you work out with your weights, and you need to adjust that as well, because you need to think about elongating your body now. Okay? You can't think about pumping up your body when you're working with weights.
Oh, okay.
You need to be long. Okay?
Makes sense.
I'm okay. Sounds good. So I've re-altered my workout program with that, and I'm going to hit the pool.
So stretching will be a thing.
All the strength training exercises I'm doing have to be elongating exercises.
Interesting.
You know, they can't be like bar dips.
Right.
No more. No, because as you know, all bar dips do is they bunch up your triceps and chest. That's all they do.
Yeah.
I don't want to have that.
You want it long.
Exactly. So I have to select other exercises. Maybe I don't even work my triceps. I don't know. So, you know, and I have enough of an exercise vocabulary within me where I go, okay, I can tailor a workout around that. Not a problem. And then also running. She said, don't run anymore. I have designated days where I usually run. She said, I want you to do this for now. On your bike sessions twice a week, whether it's indoor or outdoor, immediately after you get off the bike, I want you to go run for 10, 15, 20 minutes and work up to that. Wow. And she goes, the transition from the bike, the jelly legs of the bike, to hitting the pavement is the hardest part. And I'm kind of imagining, I say, I could see that. It'd be like your feet falling asleep in bed, and then you get up
and try to run.
Right? So,
Yeah.
okay, I'll buy that. Sure.
And especially because your body, your legs are doing a different kind of motion,
Mhm.
and then you're all of a sudden working different muscles, and you're just like,
Right.
whoa, wait a minute.
Right.
Like,
Well, it's a tale of two cities, right? It's non-impact versus total impact.
yeah. Oh
Right?
my gosh. Yeah.
None. I mean, you're pushing legs, but you're not getting any aftershocks because your foot's never hitting the ground. And then you go into the worst, highest level impact, which is running. Not even walking. You're going to go right into running.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm pretty excited about that, and it's pretty cool. So yeah. So there you go.
So how long is one of those? Was it?
Well, the one we're doing is an Olympic level, so that is a mile swim, and it's all metric. So I converted over to our system. It's a mile swim, I believe 25-mile bike ride, and then a 10K, which is a 6-mile run. The bike and the run, awesome. I could do that. No problem. It's it's a transition from the bike to the run that she wants me to work on, and then that mile swim.
That's going to be interesting. I can't wait to hear
Yeah.
hearing the progress that you're already making, I think is amazing.
Right. And I have 6 months, which is great.
Yeah.
And then I broke it down to, okay, well, let's say it's 6 months if I train 6 days a week. And if minimum of 2 of those are swim days.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 times 4, 24 times 2, that's 48 swim sessions at the minimum.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
48. I'd like to think by the 48th one I could swim a mile.
Yeah.
And I will envision that. I'll make
So
my
how
body
many
understand
laps is a mile in that
That's
pool?
a good question.
In the pool.
In the
that you're-
pool.
Google. I don't know.
Okay.
Not sure.
Is it Olympic size pool?
It's an Olympic size. Well, no, half. And then, I'm probably going to end up having to go out to Folsom Lake or Lake Natoma. Lake Natoma to do some because it's open water.
training?
I can't do pool swimming the whole time between now and the triathlon. I got to get out there.
So Folsom Lake is where you could do that?
Oh, God, forgive me. She told me yesterday, because there's 3 different areas you can go. You can either go to Rancho Seco where they have.
Be cold.
That's really cold, right? So, I'm the student here. Where she says, meet me here, we're swimming here. I'm doing it. It's just no way around it. Just get it done. The least resistance, the farther the progress. Yeah.
The least resistance.
The farther like that 30-second cold shower at the end.
30 seconds.
Right, Marcelis?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, 30 seconds. Okay.
Man, you know what?
Okay, maybe 10 to 15 seconds. No,
It's-
that's a long time.
30 seconds. Let's break that down. If you took a breath every second and a half, you're talking breathing in and out at least 40 times, maybe. That's a lot.
40? I could
right?
get 10.
Or maybe 30.
I could get 10 seconds.
Yeah, inhale, exhale, that kind of thing.
I got that.
While your body's freaking out. And then, I swear to you, when you shut off the shower, it's like, yeah! I mean, it's awesome. For me, right? I don't know what kind of words are going to come out of your mouth, but, So.
I like it. And then it's going to jumpstart me into my
Oh,
workout.
absolutely.
Boom.
Jumpstart you in your day. Jumpstart you into your pre-show routine. When you get to your venue, you be like, "What's up? Let's do this!"
That's
right?
right. I have a
You know
show
what I mean?
tonight at
Yeah.
Superfish Poke. Be
Yes,
there,
yes.
everybody. It's gonna be a great time.
I mean, you are all
Comedy,
energy.
Open mic. Boom, boom, bow. Oh, at the show.
Both of you, fantastic. I was like, wow, this is fantastic. And it's talk about stepping into out of your comfort zone. You do it a lot already. Right. Okay. So maybe you have your pre-show butterflies or whatever the case may be, but I applaud anybody who gets up on stage for a speaking engagement, an entertainment purpose. I think, I'm comfortable getting up in front of a crowd and speaking on a topic that I know of, or maybe even if I have to improvise, I don't have a problem doing that. I've done it quite a few times. Mm-hmm. But to go up there for the mission and purpose of entertaining as an end result, that's a lot to do. And then, or singing or rapping.
Like that.
No, I mean, it's pretty fantastic, right? You watch all the great comedians, and it's like, they're just up there having a conversation. Like Seinfeld's great, I mean, there's so many. Joe Coy,
Joe Coy.
I saw Joe Coy.
Oh my gosh.
I saw him at the
sold out and I
Punchline
don't get
2
to
years
watch
ago.
him.
I saw him at Punchline 2 years ago, and he went off. He went way beyond the time.
Mm.
He was very gracious with it, and we were howling. And I went with,
I know.
I went with a buddy who's Filipino.
Oh man.
The girl I was dating at the time, right? And there were probably 10 of us.
To all my Filipinos
It
out there, I'm gonna
was-
tell you, if you don't know Joe Coy,
we were
y'all need to
howling.
get in
Right.
the seats.
If you want a
He is hilarious.
An interesting perspective on what it's like to be in a Filipino family, just
Yeah,
like how they do with
Filipino-American.
how they do with Italian families, right? How they do
Yeah.
with African American families,
Yeah.
and you know Hispanic
and
families.
you don't see
There's
too many
a di-
Filipinos
yeah, there
on
is a
stage talking
dynamic.
about the Filipino family
Right?
and like what that's like. It's like,
Yeah,
love it.
It is like, oh my god, that's my mother. Oh my god, I did that. Yeah, that's that. You know what I mean?
gosh, yeah, just
Right?
thinking about it, I'm
It's
dying.
pretty amazing.
He's
Pretty
on
amazing.
point, on
you know. So you guys were laughing in that video that you posted. I was cracking up. I'm like, yeah, I've seen that video. It's
He
pretty funny.
brings great, great stories and
Mhm.
experiences of the culture to
Right.
the stage, and it is just hilarious. So yes, because as you said, anybody in any
ethnic
ethnicity,
culture,
any
any.
ethnicity,
Any.
they bring their cultural stories
Right.
to the stage. So it
Right.
make the
Family
Chicanos,
dynamics.
George, George Lopez does
Mhm.
it. So it's what. How they grow,
Right.
and I love it that they tell their life stories and their life, and the way they just present it is just comedy. It's great. But yeah, so Joe Coy, I'm glad that he's coming to the area. He's sold out.
Oh, I
But
bet.
for anybody to get on stage
Right.
and do those things,
Anybody.
it's
I mean,
awesome.
the whole how he's a dad, right?
Yeah.
When I don't know if that was
He
part of
talked
that
about
skit where it's like when he had to take away the Xbox from his son, he's like,
Yeah.
He told the son, I got to take away from you, and the son says, really? I'm all, I know, right? Come on, why did you have to do that? I mean, he was more hurt than his son. That's me. With my boy, and I spoil my sons, right, to a fault, right? And it's just what we do, and I'm like, oh my god,
Like, why
Dude,
did I
why
do
you-
that? Oh my god.
really, this doesn't just affect you, it affects me too, man. What are you doing? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we're kids at heart. We really don't want to grow up,
That's
and
right.
you shouldn't.
That's right.
But right. So anyway,
Well, I was looking this up, and of a length of a 25-yard pool. So I think maybe a lot of pools are like 25 yards.
yeah, I would have to say it's 25 yards.
So one lap is down and back. That's 50 yards.
Okay.
And so it's 1 mile is 1,650 yards. So approximately 66 lengths or 33 laps. 33 laps in a 25-meter or 25-yard pool.
And a lap is point A to B or point A to back to A.
A lap is up and back.
Up and back. So I'd have to do that 33 times.
33 times per mile in a 25
Well, that's good to know.
yard pool.
Yeah.
I could break that down.
Yeah.
You do like 50.
33. Okay.
So
And then Karen said something interesting. She said, "Look, in your breathing, you got to remember, don't freak out because you're not going to be in the lane by yourself. You literally are going to be
Next
packed
to-
like sardines. There could be somebody
Dang.
within inches of you.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it's
so that's
that
why
close.
you have to kind of
Yeah, you have to streamline your, and what's cool is that we get to start from a running start from the beach.
Oh, that's
Right?
interesting.
Oh, that is pretty
Compared to, and I've seen Karen compete in a triathlon, they swim out to a starting line. They swim out to a starting line, and they got to wait till everybody gets there. So you could be literally treading water for 15, 20 minutes before you even start.
Oh, no.
That freaked me out when I watched that. I go, unless I got water wings or a freaking, a life preserver
So you're
and
gonna
some
have
flippers.
to warm up in there,
Right.
kind of.
So you got to learn that.
Right.
I sink like a rock, right?
This
you
one,
know?
you kind of just run in.
You
go
run
around,
out, go.
You go around.
You run, and I don't know if it's point A to B or a circle or going around some pylons, but
Oh,
regardless,
it's a mile.
It's a mile, and I'm glad that you get a running start and you just go.
Yeah.
And it's great, right? I don't
Yeah.
got to worry about. All right, go swim out to that buoy out there and wait.
That
you
is
got
nice,
No, you
yeah.
got 5. Let's say there's 200 people in that.
That is nice.
You're
that you
waiting.
get a running start.
Crowded.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody's kicking water
Right.
into your eyes.
Right. And my goal is just to finish.
Yeah.
So I might just hang in the back, and just kind of go at my own pace. And because at the end of the day, you're always competing against yourself anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So I'm really
And it's
excited
your
about
first
it.
one, so
my
I'm excited
first
for
one,
you.
man. And it won't be my last. I would love to do like a couple a year and just keep that as my standard as an athlete. I was like, okay, because right now I could say I'm half marathon ready all year round. Well, great. But I needed another mountain to climb. So I just kind of and this fell into my lap when my business partners in the UK said, hey, you want to come do it with us? Kind of like, almost as if like, hey, you want to go to the bar with us? I mean,
Right.
that easy.
Right,
I'm thinking, well, and I thought of every reason not to do it because of my own fears. And I thought the next day when they asked me again, I said, stop for a second. Let's imagine what it would feel like if you did it. Let's imagine what it would look like if you did it. Let's imagine what it would be like if that was your standard. And once I made the decision and I said yes, all my fear went away. I said, okay, I'm strong enough to overcome this. If I could do this, if I can overcome hiking Half Dome, with my fear of heights, and if I can overcome running a half marathon from the first time I did it, because I never ran before, I could do this.
Right.
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 So,
well,
anyway.
I'm definitely
I believe
looking
in
forward
you
to
to do
hearing.
it. I believe in you, Mel.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem. No problem. You can get that done. When's the date on that?
July 27th. Yeah, in the UK, it's South Point. It's
Sweet.
the South Coast Triathlon, and I believe Brighton Beach. You know, so and I'm looking forward to seeing you doing a 10K at a 7-mile pace.
A
10K? I could do that. 10K? Oh, you said
Yeah.
10K?
That's
oh, man.
6.2
That's
miles.
6.2.
6.2 miles, yeah.
So
Because the 5K will be a standard. You're like,
so
oh, okay, I can do
5K
that.
is 3.1 mile.
Mm-hmm.
I
Even at an 8,
5K
I'll give you
is
an I'll give you an
3.1.
extra minute. Which means if you did a half marathon
Do 10K
at,
at what?
at 13.1, if you could do that at a 9-minute mile, you'd be moving.
And 9 times 3 is 27. I could do that.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Totally.
That's average. So 10, you said do 10 and 30.
Yeah, I mean, to be able to...
10K,
yeah.
6.1 miles in 30,
So it's going to be like
45 minutes.
55.
To know that
45?
to know
You said
that you're
45?
to know that you're 10K ready at all times at an 8-minute mile pace.
That'd be awesome.
Make it happen.
That would be
It's all
awesome.
progressive, right? Just like the way I design your workout programs, it's very progressive.
And it's
Next
gonna
week
get more
workouts.
intense?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. There's no boredom that's going to happen here. This is all. It's all by design.
Okay.
It's all tailored based on what your intensity level is naturally, and then I'm going to take it a notch up a little higher to get you out of your comfort zone. Because you can't change unless you subject yourself to something greater to challenge with, right?
Nice.
That's true.
That's so true. So
All
we're
right.
looking definitely forward to the challenges and
Yeah.
sharing that with you,
Yes.
with everything that we're going to be doing with Mel Martin, with Fit, Love, Strong.
Yes.
He is our wellness life coach, and he is just giving you guys a snippet and a little taste test of kind of how it is. It's not easy, you guys. You guys it's a commitment. I'm telling you, this is not easy. I'm telling you from my personal experience right now, I'm just getting started week 1, week 2, and I'm just, getting into getting it in, even into my schedule. So it takes a lot of conscious effort. It takes a lot of, trust in yourself, and you have to get out of and that self-discipline to make yourself do things that you might not want to do. So I'm going to try this new cold shower thing, and I'm
Yes.
sure you guys are going to try it too. I definitely want you guys to keep in touch. I want you to stay with Mel and keep watching. You can find him on Facebook. You can find him on Instagram and on Twitter.
Not on the Twitter thing yet, but obviously I need to. So thank you for telling me.
So, but you can find him Fit, Love, Strong, Mel Martin.
Yes, and I'm at close to the final stages of refining my. I'm working with the design team to launch my 6-week My Health is My Wealth system, it's exactly what you guys are going through right now.
6 weeks?
Yes.
6 weeks. Absolutely.
And then you can also find Laughs on the Ave coming up February 18th.
Yes.
But before we get into the MF Comedy events that are going to be going on, I just wanted to let you guys know that Superfish, if you guys haven't been there, you guys need to head out there. You are going to be doing that tonight. You are going to be at Superfish, but I will also be performing next Tuesday at Superfish. They have open mic nights on Tuesday nights. So come join me out there. I'm going to have, just a, quick little maybe one or two songs. I'll probably just perform a little bit just to, have fun with you guys and, vibe out. But you guys can come have some awesome food and some good energy. Great folks out there that everybody's just hella chill.
Awesome.
So next Tuesday night, that's I think 8 o'clock. So be out there. But also tonight, every Wednesday night as well. That's going to be at 7 o'clock when the comedy show starts, and you're actually going to have some headliners there, which is going to be interesting. You're going to have headliners. You're going to have people coming from all over to give those shows and in comedy. And then you can check us out also on the 27th, which is January 27th, at A Meal and a Show. We're going to be out there feeding the homeless, vibing out with them as well, and giving them free concerts and free comedy shows and free theater, and bringing them back to life with entertainment, with expression, and allowing them, of those who are out there and are artists, because we all are in some way, allowing them to come to the mic should they choose to do so. And we do have one that will be in rotation, Butterfly, and she's awesome. If you guys come out there just to support her, and show her some love, that would be awesome. If you guys have any last minute things,
Much love. Thank you again for having me here, and I look forward to seeing you guys progress.
Yeah, thanks, Mel, for coming.
Absolutely.
And that's going to be next Wednesday. You guys can be here next Wednesday, Ken, because he will be here following up and letting us know, hey, this is what's going on, so you guys can check us out. All right, peace.
Peace, everybody. Have a good one.
Rise and Shine 209. It's your girl, RawNe.
Broadcasting from Stone Tube Studios is the voice of Stockton.
This program does not reflect the views of KXVS management or KXVS, the voice of Stockton. This has been previously recorded on KXVS, the voice.